What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another very important AMC update to bring all of you this evening. So what we're going to be covering in this update video is the breaking bombshell news that Adam Aron has just released to us. So when we think about the timeline of over the last couple of weeks, Adam Aron had that interview. We got some news about crypto, and he also gave us a hint that a brand new business model is coming, and today was finally that day. Now, for those of you guys who do not know, Adam Aron and AMC will be creating a popcorn business. They will be selling their own branded popcorn. Now, a lot of people are very excited about this, but I want to show you guys the actual information in the data that shows us exactly why we should be excited about this. Because when we think about why we're invested in this company and what Adam Aron can potentially do for us in the future, it always helps to stay up to date with the accurate info to be fully informed on, okay, Adam Aron makes this move. How does this affect the company? And how can this then affect my investment going forward? Now, we're also going to go over the end of the day Ortex short interest and utilization data, the max pain price going into tomorrow's trading day, and we're going to briefly touch upon Adam Aron and some other AMC executives exercising shares. So before we get into all of that information, if you enjoyed the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So again, AMC closed the trading day at $40.05. After hours, we're currently sitting at about $39.91. Again, those after hours small moves don't mean a whole lot, but once we did see that popcorn news get released, we did see a little bit of a bump in the after hours, and then it settled back down. Now, with the two catalysts tomorrow, this popcorn news coming out and potentially Cinemark beating its earnings, I think there is some potential to see a very green Friday, but again, we are just going to have to wait and see. Then coming over to the Ortex data here, utilization 88.39%, and estimated short interest 16.42%. So we're not really seeing any of the short interest change right now. It's kind of consolidating in this 16 to 17% range, according to the estimates that we are seeing from Ortex. Now, I know a lot of people love to say, and we go over this a lot, that the fundamentals don't matter and this is a short squeeze play. Well, that is true, but when we see the short interest kind of consolidating and we don't even necessarily know what the actual short interest could potentially be, then we also know that the shorts are entering into this trade based on fundamentals, and those same fundamentals are getting much, much better. Well, we know that these money managers have a fiduciary responsibility to their clients to not essentially lose it all. So if the thesis of an investment is going to change, then they are going to have to take their clients out of that trade. Now, this doesn't necessarily apply to those really large short positions, those 2 or 3 big top dogs that we don't necessarily know for sure who they are, but are definitely out there. This is more referring to the smaller short positions that have a decent size of shorts on their balance sheet that if they all decided to start closing their positions, that could be the start of the next massive run-up. So we are in a really good spot at the current time. Then when we come over to the max pain price, we're seeing it at $38 a share. So that is going to be the price that the most amount of options contracts expire worthless, hurting options buyers and basically benefiting options sellers. So when we think about this and who is buying options, most of the time it is retail investors, because you're not really going to see a lot of institutions YOLOing on weekly options. It just doesn't really happen. It easily could, but most of these contracts are going to be retail investors. So we easily could get pushed to that max pain price. But again, with all of the positive news coming out from AMC, in my mind, the short-term price fluctuations don't really matter, especially the price that we're seeing on the screen, because in my opinion, I do believe that we are going to be seeing a lot higher of price points in the future. But again, nothing I say in these videos is financial advice. These are my own opinions, and these are for educational purposes only. Now, moving on over here, we did see some of this news come out yesterday that Adam Aron exercised 500,000 shares. We saw some other employees starting to sell off some shares, and there was a lot of confusion as to exactly what was going on. Well, what happened here was this was all part of a performance incentive plan that all of these employees had. Now, keep in mind that during the last earnings call, Adam Aron set out a requirement for a lot of the executive team, and I believe the board as well, to hold a certain amount of shares in the company. So when we see these institutional sales or the insider sales, we're looking at that 10B4-2 trading plan. All of those trading plans are set up well in advance, and those insider sales, I keep calling them institutional sales, those insider sales are set up well in advance. So I really think that this is either neutral or bullish. I don't think this is really anything to really get worried about or get too excited about. Now, when we come over to this tweet right here, here is where we get into some of the fun information. Oh, and we're also going to make fun of Charlie Gasparino because we have to. AMC announces an expansion going into the multi-billion-dollar popcorn industry in 2022. Freshly popped at malls, home delivery / to-go from theaters, and microwavable sold at supermarkets. So obvious. Who knows more about popcorn than AMC? On a peak day, we sell 50 tons of it. That is a crazy amount. Now, the first part of why this is really solid and a great move for Adam Aron to take the company is that if you were in a grocery store and you see an AMC branded popcorn, that could entice you to buy that product versus another product. We see that happen a lot in the market, but that's not really the most important part. When we come over to AMC's last earnings report, here's what we need to look at. Revenues. Revenues from admissions, $233 million. Food and beverage, $161 million. Now, the food and beverage revenue accounted for a little less than half of AMC's total revenue. Now, when we see how much it costs them to generate that food and beverage revenue, we see over here $26 million. So they spent $26 million and they generated $161 million. This is going to be a very, very high margin product. And if AMC can gain market share in the popcorn space, which I believe that they will because of the branding that they have already set up, I think that they could really, really take their business model to the next level in terms of the amount of revenue that they are going to be generating. Now, this could also enable AMC to get into those profitable ranges and have a positive earnings per share over the next year. And that is basically going to be the final nail in the coffin for the shorts. Now, let's have a little bit more fun and make fun of some of the statements that we've seen out of Charlie Gasparino over the last couple of days. So this was the tweet that he sent out today regarding AMC's popcorn expansion plan. So what he says is, great move here by the AMC CEO. Now you can enjoy AMC theaters popcorn while you stream. Here is a very key thing that he is forgetting. AMC has an exclusive deal with Warner where they're going to be showing all of their movies in a 45-day exclusive window in theaters. Now, there are also rumors that Netflix could potentially be entering into a deal like this as well, but we also know that there's a possible non-compete agreement between AMC and Warner, and what that would essentially do is not let AMC have an exclusive deal with Netflix if all of those HBO movies would be shown in the theaters anyway. So this tweet doesn't make a whole lot of sense, as usual when we are looking at this. The second, right here, still no AMC MOAS, no matter how hard you try. Maybe you guys should buy more of that overpriced popcorn next time you go to the movies, see if that works. You know what? I think we're going to, especially with this new business plan. Whatever the price they set for this popcorn, it is going to be a very high margin product. A lot of people are going to buy it, and that is going to generate a lot of revenue for this company going forward, which I think is really, really positive no matter what we think about the short squeeze thesis. We know the short squeeze thesis. We know the failures to deliver, the potential naked shorting, all of the derivative manipulation. But we also now know that the fundamentals of the business could boost the value of the company up to levels that the shorts would be very, very dangerously close to margin calls and having to cover their positions. So that is going to wrap up this update on AMC. If you enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.